If you're a women entrepreneur struggling to explain what you do and how your product or services are different, this video is for you. By the end, you'll know exactly how to create a set of clear and compelling brand messages on your own. Well, I've asked so many times about brand messaging, so today I'm going to walk you through my 12 components you need to build a complete brand messaging system. I call it the NICE brand messaging map. Well, because if your messaging is not clear, your brand will become forgettable because potential customer will not be able to remember you and why they should choose you. Well, before we dive in, I've also created a cheat sheet to help you work through those concepts as we go. So you'll find the link below and to make sure to download it. All right? So what is brand messaging? Well, imagine your brand as a person. What would it say to make people care about you? So that's brand messaging. Here's what people often go wrong, okay? They overcomplicate things, use too much in industry jargon. Also, they focus a lot of time on product features instead of what's in it for your customers. So people don't care about what you do. They care about whether your brand, your product, or your services benefit them. Another common mistake is inconsistency. A clear message needs to be repeated across different places at different times. Well, why does it matter? Well, most website visitors spend just 5 seconds reading your content. So you need to grab attention really fast and your messaging needs to be clear and concise. And according to the rule of 7 in marketing, potential customers need to see your brand for at least 7 times before they can trust you enough to buy from you. So that is why it's very crucial to repeat your messages clearly, consistently across different touch points, right? So make your brand more memorable and build trust over time. The first step is to setting up your nucleus element. These are the building blocks for everything else that will rest on it, okay? Most brands end up with generic messaging because one, they don't know their customer good enough. And the second is they don't really know what makes them different. Here are the 3 core essentials you need to able to create a unique brand messaging. Number 1 is target audience profile. Who exactly is your audience and what do they care about, right? Don't just stick to the basic demographics information like the age, right, gender, profession, or income. Dig a little deeper into their values, right, aspirations, and the specific challenges. Knowing these details will help you connect with them on a deeper level. Second thing is the pains and the gains. What problem are they facing and what solution do they want? Use a simple table. The first column, you put in title pain, meaning what's not working for them. The second column is the gains. That means what they want instead. So the tip here is really very likely you will start with features, right? But you want to go deeper than just features. Go beyond that and think about when the things are not working, right? How does that make them feel and how their emotion will shift when they get what they want, right? When they get the gain. Okay, so let me give you an example. For the pain part, let's say there's an app that is very difficult to use, so that makes you feel frustrated and even stupid, right? On the gain part, what do they want instead? Well, the audience will want a user-friendly app, right? How does it make them feel? To make them feel capable and even smart, right? So that will be the example. You can just write down 1 column, what's not working for them, and then the second column is when it works, what would they want? So it could be a solution. Also, as you think deeper, will be how they feel. So the third one is very important, differentiator. What makes your brand the only choice in this category, okay? Being just a little better or cheaper is not enough. So use the pains and gain table to compare yourself with your competitor and uncover your unique value. So how to do this? So in the same table, right, you add 2 more columns. One is competitors, meaning like, do they excel here? If they do, you can give it a check. If they don't, give a cross. And then next to it is your brand. How about your brand? Are your brand confident in excelling in this solution? So same thing, right? If you can do it, give a check. If you can, give it a cross. So let me give you an example here again with the app example, okay? So remember, the pain is difficult to use, right? And make them feel stupid. And then what they want is actually a user-friendly app, right? So now you go to the third column. You have to look at your competitors, right, in your space and see, are there any apps that are user-friendly? If nobody else has a user-friendly app, then you can give it a cross. And then on the fourth column, and your brand. Maybe you are not user-friendly yet, right? Would you be able to excel in this solution, right? Or if you already excel in this, can give yourself a check, okay? So if no competitors can make your customer feel smart by providing an intuitive as you do, then this become your differentiator, all right? The key is that your competitor wouldn't be able to do what you can provide, right? So that is how makes you unique. Well, now you have set up your messaging essentials, right? It's time to build the internal statements that can shape how you communicate with your audience, okay? Well, next is clarifying your identity statement, I call this. Well, these are the elements that define who you are as a brand and how you want to be perceived by the world. A lot of brands either skip this step or treat it as an afterthought, something that just check off on the list because they need it for their website or for a capabilities stack or some kind of assets. But here's the truth, without these guiding elements, your messaging will feel hollow. So it will always sound like it just words on paper, and worse, sometimes it doesn't align, it doesn't match up with what you actually do. So when there is a disconnection between your words and your action, your audience will notice and you won't be able to build trust. That means no sales. So here are the key elements of your brand identity. The first one is vision statement. What future are you working to create? Your vision is all about the big picture. It's the world you want to create, to help shape, right? It often starts with phrases like, I envision, blah, blah, blah. I see a world, blah, blah, blah. Or I believe that, some example I can say. I envision a future where gender inequality is a thing of the past. That will be Design Angel's vision. The second thing is mission statement. So what are you doing today to achieve that vision? This is where you explain the action your brand is taking today to move closer to your vision, right? That here is a simple formula to follow. It's just to an action for the people, the audience, by a means, right? Let's take Design Angel as an example again. We empower verb, right? Who? Women entrepreneurs by providing tools and resources to build meaningful brands. That's the mean. That's it. The third thing is core values. What principles guide your brand's decision? Your core values are what keeps your brand authentic. They act as your moral compass guiding every decision you make. All right? For example, for Design Angel, my core values will be helpful, humble, and hopeful. Helpful meaning we lead with compassion and kindness, creating a supportive and nurturing environment for ourselves and for our clients. Humble is we value simplicity. For me, less is more, and clarity is the key to success. The last thing is hopeful. We always stay optimistic in every situation, confident that anything is possible and that every challenge has a solution. So that's my guiding principle for my company. The tips here is stick with just 3 to 5, maximum 5 core values that really align with your vision and your mission. Okay, because when you have too many, I have seen it, you can't possibly remember it because not just you want people that work with you understand your values. Basically, you want them to memorize that as well. Fourth is personality. Well, think of your brand as a person, right? What is personality? Is it a warm and sincere person, or you're bold and very daring? Right? Very often, it is not just about what you say, it's actually about how you say it too. So your brand's personality affects how your message comes across and can totally change how people feel about you. A tip for you is that just use 3 personality keywords to define your brand's tone. Keep things simple. For example, at Design Angel, our personality keywords are playful, empowering, and approachable. That's simple. So this will guide us of how we communicate and connect with our audience in everything we do. Hey, I hope you find this helpful so far. And if you want more tips on branding, design, and women entrepreneurship, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Well, next, you need your core positioning statement. This is how you position yourself in the marketplace. All right? If your brand doesn't have a strong positioning statement, it's very difficult for potential customer to understand why they should choose you. And if they don't know the reason why they choose you, you'll have to compete on price. And this is not a game you want to play. Here's how to create your positioning statement. For your target audience who find the product category that has customer pain, your brand name provides a gain or a differentiator. All right, let's take an example. For a busy mom who find most period tracking app difficult and frustrating, your brand name, Easy Cycle, offers an automatic solution that makes you feel smart and in control. So Easy Cycle is your brand name, offer a solution, right, that makes you feel something. And those are the benefits and differentiator. Making you feel smart is the differentiator. And then the benefits actually is the automatic solution. Now, if you've got 8 key messaging elements in place already, it's time to pull everything together with your external communication statements. So far, all the elements are either for your internal use, right, or internal discovery, right? Now we are really creating a set of messaging that you will use it in the customer-facing scenario. These are the things that your customer will see, and they need to tell a consistent, compelling story across all touch points, all right? We're talking about your one-liner. Some people would call this a value proposition, your brand stories, elevator pitch, and your tagline. This should all work together to paint a clear picture of who you are and what you stand for. Let's break it down. First, one-liner. This is your short and punchy statement that explains what you do and why it matters in a nutshell. For example, like my product, Brand Brave Lab, we empower women entrepreneurs to build brands as ambitious as they are. Okay, so where to use it? It is perfect for your website header. The first thing that people will see, right? On your social media bio or in any kinds of presentations. The second thing is brand stories. Well, brand stories are what shape your brand and build emotional connection with your audience. So many brands I've seen focus too much on talking about themselves, especially product features. While those are important, but without the trust, without the connection, customer won't be able to stick around to even hear you out about your product or services, right? So that's when your brand stories comes in. Well, there are many kinds of brand stories, but the most important thing, the 3 must-have are this. First, origin story. How did you start this? The second one is creation story. What challenge or victory shaped your brand along the way? And the last one is customer stories. So share the success stories, right, that showcase the impact your brand has had on your clients or customers. So where to use them? Well, brand story works beautifully across your website, right? You can use it on sales pages, you can do social media, also of course sales letter, on all kinds of marketing materials. Well, this story helps you connect with your audience on a deeper level, building trust, right? And engagement before they buy. The third is elevator pitch. Well, this is a quick and engagement statement that sums up what your business is and basically spark interest immediately. For me, I have my own elevator pitch. Let's take me as an example. Hi, I'm Pick, founder of Design Angel. Did you know that over 60% of women founders struggle to get VC funding because of gender bias? And we are 20% less confident in our entrepreneurial skills, even though we're just as capable. That's why I'm on the mission to help 1 million women entrepreneurs to be seen, heard, and shine through branding. The fourth one is tagline. It is optional. What is it? It is a short, catchy phrase that captures the essence of your brand. But honestly, as I said, it is optional. Many brands, including mine, actually don't have one. And it hasn't stopped us from building an impactful brand. So if you're struggling to come up with a tagline, don't worry, it's really not a deal breaker, all right? But there's some example, right? The most famous one will be Nike's Just Do It, right? For Design Angel, based on the statements where we have the value proposition or the components we have built on, I actually could be able to create a quick tagline, which is bold brands for bold women. I think it's pretty good. And here you have it. These are the 12 components you need to create a complete set of brand messaging. But before we wrap up, I want to quickly cover some common mistakes people make when crafting the brand messaging, all right? One of the biggest mistakes is overcomplicated things. Trying to pack in like so much information in one place, one sentence, okay? Another common misstep is being too focused on features. I mentioned it before. People really don't care about features. They care about how your product makes them feel and how it improves their lives. So let me give you a bad example and then a good one, all right? This is the bad one. FitMax is an innovative app designed to track all your fitness metrics in real time, offering integration with third-party device and customizable data outputs that gives you detailed reports on your performance. Also, with AI-driven insights, FitMax helps you hit your goal faster. Available on all platforms. Well, it's a mouthful. Do you remember anything? I don't know. Not me. So, here is a good example. FitMax helps you stay motivated and crush your goals stress-free with personalized workout and progress tracking. That's it. It should be less than 20 words, 15 to 20 words. And from this, I quickly grabbed a few words that really caught my attention, which is crush my goal, stress-free, and then personalized workout. I think those are the things that I care about and they knew the words and that stick to my mind. Versus the old example have all kinds of features that I honestly do not care. So that's the difference. So how do you avoid these traps then? Well, when developing your brand messaging, make sure it's always clear and concise, okay? Another thing is focus on your emotional benefits that they care about because it's not about you, it's about them. Once you've developed your messaging, right, also keep a document to record all the 12 components we talk about, okay? Everything should be in one place. Whenever you run a campaign, pull out this document and make sure that your messaging is aligned. One last tip for you. If you feel like you are saying the same thing over and over and it's starting to feel boring, you are actually doing it right. Okay? Well, we have covered so much today. It's been a great overview, but we are just scratching the surface. The 3 essential elements we talk about that are the building blocks of all your brand messaging, getting them right is very important because they set the foundation for everything that follows. I've got a video where we dive deeper into these 3 elements. If you want to make sure your marketing and your sales are on point, make sure to check that out. See you next time.